Hello. Sure.
Stay. I'm sorry to We lost mo-
I guess that means I leave here.
Well, I do have one absolute gem left.
What do you mean?
We still have a set of Regent armor, but if you want it, you'll have to make a... I can't release anything in...
I have something here that belongs... It doesn't surprise me that details of this venture leaked out. Let me explain. The key player in this effort was the ALP commander you sent. She's proven herself a force to be reckoned with. One I could no longer... But a solution to our manpower problems has presented itself. The ALP. In contrast to what passes for a recruit around here. They're disciplined, well-trained. Consequently, we now keep a lookout for them on our borders and accept... That doesn't... I don't think you fully understand. Maybe it's better if you... One of my acolytes is giving them the guided tour. You'll find them in either... When you've had a chance to say hello. I promise. After that, I have a...
You can pick up your chow, or whatever you call it, in the canteen. It's right over here. We'll get to where you'll be working in a minute. Any questions so far?
Who's responsible for the Elex supply?
Didn't anyone tell you? We use it exclusively for the machines. Human consumption is strictly prohibited. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Anything else?
No.
In that case, I'll take you to the production hall.
Jax. You? So Azok wasn't wrong.
What are you...
Have you seen Judicator Hagen? I don't want to make a mistake. Talk to him first.
Already done?
Let me explain the situation to you then. You must have figured out by now that we've defected. I don't expect you to condone what we did, our treachery. But I need to explain. Given your past, I even hope that you can maybe understand, at least in part.
All right. But don't leave out any detail.
The whole thing went like this. We were supposed to patrol the southern border. It should have been a straightforward mission, but it was doomed to failure from the outset.
What was the problem?
We were divided. Some of us questioned the order, I mean, nothing we Alps do is a step forward. We create nothing. We leave devastation. We destroy habitats and pat ourselves on the back afterwards as if it's a victory. But the clerics have a vision in which all life...
That's how...
After you submitted to the directive again? Well, that's not what... In that case, maybe you'll understand my next... I transmitted our route and coordinates to the castle in advance.
You were trying to provoke a
No, I just wanted to pique their interest, and it worked. But when we got there, nothing went like we'd planned. I was convinced I could persuade everyone over to our side, that they'd see the truth of it.
That was a mistake, as it turned.
Yeah, we ended up pointing our guns at each other. The clerics had overheard everything and were forced to
What? So you killed your...
What the hell were we supposed to do? If they'd taken us back to the depot, we would have been executed. It was us or them. We have the right to a future worth living in, don't we?
I get you. Azok, on the other...
We thought by disabling our trackers, he would consider us lost. Another mistake. Of course, I can't stop you from telling him the truth. That decision is... But talk to Hagen again first.
When did you realize you were going to defend?
I've had doubts about the Alb's goals for quite some time. With enough Elex, I could always silence them, but as the stuff got scarcer and scarcer, I had to admit I can't just blindly follow logic. Morality is increasingly important in my decision.
That's good.
I take it you've spoken. I have. Now what were you saying about a Eager to get started, I see. That's exactly the kind of... We have a single troop of Albs, but it alone... We need to increase our manpower, or we might as well give up trying to defend ourselves, because we're as good... If the last deployment taught us one thing, it's that there's little benefit in sending out soldiers if they're likely to... I need someone who knows how to handle themselves and others in combat situations. I need you. Wait, I'm committed. That doesn't matter. Whatever team you're on, you only... If I recall correctly, you were the one who asked... This is what I'm thinking. Albs will always replace a defunct troop with a new one. As one of their troops has defected to us, a replacement... As we've seen, it only takes a few persuasive arguments for a group of... If those arguments came from someone within their own ranks, of course, for you this would be something of a risky endeavor. But if you make sure that the second troop finds its way here... You want me to... Succeed, and no one will be any the wiser. Fail, and you'll likely have to get... Okay. I've transferred the coordinates to your adjutor. If our calculations are correct, this is where their reinforcement... Track down the troop, convince them to change sides, and make sure they find their way here. About... Have you really thought this through? If the depot learns what's going on, they'll turn the camp... That won't happen. And you should... The Albs are obsessed with efficiency. Such a show of strength would be too wasteful. You're sure about that? A handful of deserters does not warrant a retaliatory strike. Their directive would treat the defectors as nothing more than waste material, a sunk cost not worth trying to recover. An attack would use up valuable manpower, not to mention resources, while they're trying to deal with an...
Well... What's that thing doing here? What's that thing doing here? What's that thing doing here?
Well, that was certainly,
What's that thing doing here?
Look, these islands are nice and all, but the stench of troll shit is making my eyes water. Let's get the hell out of here. What a place.
Aim and shoot. Don't bother with questions. These people don't know anything of interest. Any comments? If not, check your gear and prepare for departure.
You're making this too easy on yourself.
Excuse me?
Cooperation is more effective.
That didn't work. That didn't work.
Those are the Troll Islands down there. We should give that place a wide berth.
Don't forget who's in charge here. I don't tolerate disloyalty.
Stupid ideas like this. This only end up making new enemies where there shouldn't be any.
I work with tactics that are actually worth something. This area has been cleansed.
We're both scouts. We should leave the decision to a trooper.
Did you hear what that was about? If you did, I'm sure you'll agree with me.
Give me an outline.
I am in command of this unit. I've decided to eliminate any obstacle that crosses our path. I won't repeat the mistake of our predecessors. Confrontations will be any objection to my... The directive clearly states that efficiency must... So, should we eliminate...
Murdering innocent people has nothing to do with it.
Our mission is to protect the border, not to determine who is and isn't guilty. The depot will be very interested in your... But before we head back there, tell me something. What brought...
You've got a new order. From now...
Who issued?
What does it matter?
This is high treason.
The clerics aren't our enemy.
Me? It's your behavior that defies all logic. Executing one renegade trooper right here will only... Come on, draw your weapon.
Watch your flank!
Don't let her out of your sight!
It's a waste of time!
Stupid ideas like this only end up making new enemies where there shouldn't be any.
I work with tactics that are actually worth something. This area has been cleansed.
We're both scouts. We should leave the decision to a trooper.
As you wish. Did you... We'll get... Our mission... But before we...
What does it matter?
This is...
Get him!
Not only are you a traitor, you're also incredibly naive. Come...
Stupid ideas like this only end up making new enemies where there shouldn't be any.
I work with tactics that are actually worth something. This area has been cleansed.
We're both scouts. We should leave the decision to a trooper.
As you wish, even if the result will stay the same. Did you...
Give...
I won't... The direct... So, should we... Our mission... The deep... But before we head back... Who...
What does it...
This is high...
Azok himself...
Why didn't you say so? Then we could have kept our...
Enough talk.
As you command. But let the clear...
I will.
You heard the trooper. We're going to the castle. Form 2 groups. I'll take point. Move out!
That was good.
I'd like to put off any discussion for a while. First,
About the Alps. Mission accomplished. The next time someone starts telling me how we're doomed, I'm sending them to you. How did you manage it? Minimal. I was able... You've exceeded my... But for your own sake, find something for them to do as quick... They're going to need time to get used to life here. It's better... Don't worry. There's plenty of work to be done around. This should be their new home after all. We don't want them to turn tail and run again at the first... I hope you know that you've proven... I've therefore decided... You've proven there is a fort. It's alright if you're unsure. Take a night to sleep on it before deciding.
Huh, okay. Never mind.
You're okay.
Well?
It wasn't easy.
What courage! What bravado! You just walked. I didn't expect anything less. Now, I'm sure you have plenty of other things.
I don't have time right now.
Are you allowed to do that?
Shit.
Everyone listen up. Please? So I'm
supposed to keep our people in training longer in order to increase the success rate. And feels good somehow to take responsibility.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. The castle's like a symbiosis of the modern and the traditional. It's akin to our middle way with regard. Even if it is still a distant prospect, it makes me feel that a peaceful coexistence...
I see it that way too. There's a long...
We're the beginning, you could say. It all depends...
everyone listen up.
Later. I need to get my bearings for...
Everyone listen up.
You're listening to Herbert, live from the orbit.
I like you.
think so?
Heard it took the whole troop.
Ah.